Let's get started with Grimes, dude. So you guys know Grimes. She's like, I mean, she's very weird. Like, she's very, very weird. I feel like now her behavior like is the norm for little Tumblr Radlib Zoomers, you know? For her age group, who, you know, she dates Elon Musk. She's like older. For her age group, she's unique. She's like very weird. She's like small B and NB, you know? Like, I don't know if they're NB. Actually, I shouldn't say that. I literally don't know. Anyway, regardless, this is like so quirky and weird for her age group, including my age group, right? Having said that, like, this is normal. Like, everyone on fucking Tumblr, every Zoomer that stands one of these teeny bopper Minecraft kids, who I like, by the way, they're great, is like this now. So her vibes are very commonplace. This is the average Tommy Innit fan, okay, but appropriately aged for this sort of behavior. So it's wild that she's like an anti-imperialist, but named her fucking daughter or son after like an American bomber that was used in Vietnam. That's cool. And also literally fucking married or dating a guy who is openly transphobic, and also has said, who gives a fuck about gender pronouns, like fuck you, or whatever the fuck Elon Musk said. It's not a bomber, it's a spy plane. Sorry, it's not a bomber. She named her fucking child that she has with her billionaire evil villain baby daddy after a fucking spy plane, dude. Also, she says she's anti-imperialist, and yet, you know, Elon Musk literally was like, fuck yeah, we're gonna do coup d'etats in Bolivia. Like, I don't give a shit. Here was her yearbook quote that I was talking about.
So typically...
Oh God, this thing keeps opening up. Gaiety is the most outstanding feature of the Soviet Union, Joseph Stalin, says Claire Boucher. I admit that it's getting pretty hard to defend them after all this shit. Yeah. No, she fucking sucks. Like, I absolutely support trans, but all these pronouns are an aesthetic nightmare. You name your child X, blah, 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 and you want to call pronouns an aesthetic nightmare? This is the screenshot. Pronouns suck. I love you, but please turn off your phone and give me a doll. I cannot support hate. Please stop this. I know this isn't your heart. When you put he, him in your bio. Anyway, she's just like weird as fuck, okay? And Elon Musk is super fucking weird. We already know that. Her popping off with this was fucking brilliant, dude. I love this. I love this video. First of all, I don't know what the fuck's going on her face. Like, I just don't know what the fuck is happening on her face. That's one. Two, it's literally slammed on her fucking face. Like, why is she using the camera like she's 55 years old? Is this also an aesthetic choice? Also, she looks real young. It's kind of strange, but whatever. Let's see what the fuck's going on here. Is this the Berserk background? Is this Griffith? I just realized. Is this fucking Griffith in the background? Why does she have like one of the most famous manga rapists of all time? It's kind of weird. My artistic expression is hyping up rapists, like prolific rapists. Anyway, so it's just a lot of weird shit, but hey, the best part about this video we haven't even gotten to yet. Best part about it is the content of what she had to say.
I have a proposition for the communists. So typically, most of the communists I know are not big fans of AI. But if you think about it, AI is actually the fastest path to communism.
Bro, this is literally like baby shit. Like, you have a baby brain. This is, I'm just gonna say something here, okay? You're like, this is how like people who browse like subreddits and say like, oh, I'm fucking tanky, like I love the Marxist-Leninist aesthetic, like that's the type of attitude that those people have. I don't want to shit on them too much. A lot of them are in here right now. Like, eventually you'll figure out your point of view. First of all, like, a lot of communists I know hate AI. Like, AI is just AI. Communism is completely separate from artificial intelligence, okay? It's completely a separate concept. Marxist-Leninism, Marxism, or communism, or socialism revolves entirely around the means of production. Who owns the means of production? And how profits are generated, or how wealth is generated and accumulated as a consequence of exploitation. That's why Marxists say profit is theft. It has nothing to do with like automation and artificial intelligence. It can be good or it can be bad. You can have a communist country, or not a communist country, but an international communist future where there's artificial intelligence. Just like you can have a dystopian feudalistic hellhole that has artificial intelligence that is still capitalist.
Implemented correctly, AI could actually theoretically solve for abundance. Like, we could totally get to a situation where nobody has to work, everybody is provided for with a comfortable state of being, comfortable living. AI could automate all the farming, weed out systematic corruption, thereby bringing us to as close as possible to genuine equality. So basically, everything that everybody loves about communism, but without the collective farm. Because let's be real, enforced farming is really not a vibe.
It's really not a vibe. What the fuck? Towards the end of this, she's like, I really did something here. You know what I mean? Like, you can tell she's like, I'm about to pop off on this. Like, on the second part of this, she's like, bro, I'm literally gonna pop the fuck off right here. This notion that like communists are anti-AI is so fucking stupid. Like, why the fuck would they? Also, there's like 11 communists on the planet. Like, what are you talking about? Who cares if they're like anti-AI or not? And two, none of this has anything to do with communism. And the person who replied really well to this, I reached out to them after this because I was like, damn, dude, you really responded like perfectly to this, even though he said he hasn't read that much theory. Let's watch what Melon Boy had to say, because he perfectly claps at the heart of the problem.
I probably shouldn't say anything, but I'm too dumb to keep my mouth shut, so here we go. This is a silly proposition, and here is why. With regard to communism and fixing our broken economic system in general, the issue isn't so much working as much as it is owning. And it doesn't really matter how much you automate away labor, how much you AI away labor.
How many times have I told you guys these exact same fucking things whenever we talk about like automation? I'm like, automation is not a problem. It's what you make of it. It's about who continues to profit off of automation. The workplace gets smaller as a consequence of automation. Profit margins increase, or profits increase, but those profits are not shared with the workers, with the smaller percentage of workers. They find themselves still working long hours every single fucking day. Keep going.
Or if at the end of the day, the people who have to live under that change and live under that system have no stake in it, they don't own it, and they really have no say in how it impacts their lives. If that necessary change doesn't happen, most likely this new system will just serve the people who own it, the people who are at the top of it. And that's not a revolution, that's not communism, that's just a new version of feudalism. And you may say, Anthony, if my ability to work and make money is totally eliminated, the politicians and billionaires wouldn't just let me starve and die and struggle to live. You sure about that?
It's very good. That's a very, very good take. Thanks. We are steadily moving towards techno-feudalism. I mean, we have neo-feudalism in places like San Francisco already. We're dipping our toes in that water again, you know? That's going to be a strong 10. That's not a light 7. That's a strong 10 of a take. Why is our response necessary? Does anyone take what she says seriously? No, but it's fun to talk about. Technology is technology. It has nothing to do with the economic organization. It's very annoying whenever capitalist defenders who don't even own a deed to a factory. Imagine not owning capital and then being a defender of capitalism. You fucking poor bitch. You disgust me. Okay. Yeah. Show me the deed to the factory, motherfucker. How many workers have you exploited? None. You fucking broke bitch. Imagine. Anyway, that's besides the point. Sorry. These defenders of capitalism who, run around and do zero capitalism and get fucking ass fucked every goddamn day without consent under a capitalist organization of the economy will routinely attribute all of the technological developments that have occurred in the past however many fucking decades to capitalism. That's not the case. That has nothing to do with capitalism. Technology and technological achievements did not halt under a, socialist production or socialist organization of the economy under the USSR. As a matter of fact, they are responsible for one of the greatest video games of all time, Tetris. Cell phones. They went to space before we did. Yuri Gagarin. Having said that, I get very annoyed whenever people attribute like a tool or a technological development to an economic organization. It's really, really stupid. It's really, really dumb, especially when we here in the United States rely on a mixed economy that is still ultimately capitalist, but a mixed one regardless that has a lot of public funding and government programs that are responsible for some of the most significant technological achievements, all the way from all pharmaceutical R&D, not all, but like a lot of pharmaceutical R&D that's originally in publicly funded institutions of higher learning, all the the way to the internet. So I find it really fucking stupid. Or NASA. I find it really dumb whenever Americans are like, yep, capitalism is the reason why we got this. And, you know, AI is this. AI is going to save us and turn this world into communism. Wouldn't the labor itself be more specialized with AI, though? Like, the labor power would become all the more strong with AI because those working with AI would be more upper class, so to speak. Sort of like how white-collar unions generally have more negotiating power over the capitalist class and blue-collar unions. Technological achievements such as AI would create more specialized fields. It probably would never fully eradicate, like, the need for human labor. It would only further erode the conditions where human labor can compete with robots. NASA would be nothing without SpaceX, though. This is absolutely the worst fucking thing I've ever heard from the dumbest fucking person in my chat, who is straight up an annoying fucking Elon simp here, who literally thinks that SpaceX had anything to do with like America and NASA reaching the moon, dude. Hey man, I know you're 12 years old and you literally are barely developing object permanence, but NASA took us to the fucking moon, jackass. It existed for a very long time. As a matter of fact, even to this day, SpaceX is simply, you know, an outsourced NASA program for the most part. Or at least like a lot of the space travel is still heavily fucking funded by the government. SpaceX is full of NASA engineers. Yeah, exactly. Spaces use their one money. NASA uses money stolen from us. Again, a fucking baboon take in the chat. Please, if you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, I urge you to shut the fuck up so you don't sound like an uneducated baboon. SpaceX still 1,000 fucking % relies on government subsidies, you dumb motherfucker. If you consider the NASA program that is funded by taxes to be theft in and of itself, then you have to recognize that, you know, SpaceX is also stealing from you, even though taxation is not theft. And you should be very thankful that people that are much smarter than you have decided that, like, no, we should have an intricate and complex system that ends up taxing some of this wealth and some of this income from its citizens so we can keep building roads and shit. Because if it were up to you and dumbass libertarians like yourself, we would not have any roads, and we certainly would not have SpaceX, by the way, and neither would we have NASA. We would literally be living in an anarcho-primitivist society, banging our heads on fucking rocks because whoever the sickest, coolest, like, tribe leader was decided that that's the only way to live. But there's literally no need to go to space. Why not have any ventures into it as a private company? There is absolutely a multitude of different reasons to go into space, but I think that it's also an understandable fixation that humans have. If you want to get to the nitty gritty of it, I feel like we are cancerous as an organism, and we want to spread that shit everywhere, far and fucking wide. But going to space is remarkably important, whether it be for space mining, whether it be for ultimately terraforming other planets, because we're destroying this one. But most importantly, I mean, fuck the resource mining. Space travel isn't even necessarily for going to fucking space. Space travel creates use for technologies that we use on a daily basis in our lives. If you like your microwave, you like your refrigerator, like, partially that is space travel technology that made it available. If you like firefighters not fucking burning alive when they enter burning buildings, well, thanks space travel for that. It's really fucking stupid to have this Luddite ass take that, like, we shouldn't consider space travel. We don't need to go to space. It's crazy. Ultimately, I just want to fuck alien pussy, okay? If we're being 100% on a buck, two Virgils, I just want to fuck aliens, okay?
I'm pregnant.
There it is. I fucked one of them already, and this alien is pregnant. Good one, Dono. Physicists here, the amount of technology. Look at this fucking nerd, dude. Physicists here. I'm just kidding. The amount of technology that is developed from having space as a goal was insane, especially with understanding EM radiation and hydrogen engines. Okay, bro, just fucking say that you want to fuck alien pussy and move on. Like, I don't know why we're talking about this. Space travel developed the first computer chips and shock absorbers for bridges as well as many other things, so it was overall beneficial. Also, alien pussy. Thank you. Thank you. Look, as long as you put alien pussy in there, like, it just makes sense in the end, okay? Physics PhD student here. Actually, I do, in fact, just want to fuck alien pussy. Yeah, exactly. See, that makes a lot more sense. I would like to get a doctorate in that. If pussy is your only goal, then you need to see a doctor. Dude, there's a thing called jokes, okay? Where you say something jokingly that you don't fully mean, okay? you kind of mean it, but like not fully. What you're supposed to do when you hear that is like, well, this is an exaggeration. Haha, that's funny. And it's supposed to, I don't know, invoke this feeling within you. Maybe laughter.
Thank you.
Yeah, Grimes is the processing power of a baby when it comes to, you know, talking about this shit. And she's just like really fucking weird. But how the fuck would you actually be normal and date Elon Musk? You can't. You just cannot do that. You simply cannot do that. So, you know, good for her. Great job. Why hate on Grimes when she almost died for Italy? What?
I typically in the past I've been quite like not good to myself. I actually had this on the last tour for my last record. I had this thing because I was vegan and I had this thing where I was like the only reliable food is spaghetti. So I was only eating spaghetti for like a year or 2 years. I only ate spaghetti. And then I was just like so sick and my hair actually stopped growing and I went to the doctor and the doctor was like, you actually are malnourished from not eating vegetables or meat and just eating spaghetti for 2 years. So, but yeah, because spaghetti is the only thing though, like in every city it's good. But yeah, I also, that's like, I won't do that again. I won't make the mistake again of only eating spaghetti.
Bro, she's so weird, dude. Why is she so fucking weird? I just don't understand. Like, just be normal, dude. I'm sorry. I know that like people are gonna get mad at me and be like, well, it's like you're wrong. Like, it's okay to be quirky or whatever. Just like, but fuck me, dude. God damn. Just like you're hurting yourself. I don't understand it. And that's all I got. What is this? Sorry, pig boys, but the only blue lives that fucking matter are Twi'lek honeys. Oh, that's pretty funny. IRL, Zoe Deschanel's every single character? Fuck no. No. Zoe Deschanel and all the characters that she plays are manic pixie dream girls that are carefully crafted to appeal to like every fucking Norman out there. Grimes is way too weird. It is so much weirder. Like she is so much fucking weirder. Her aesthetic is literally like cyberpop with like boomer mannerisms and gay. I don't know. It's just like it's like a mixture of like everything that you could put together. Diaper pop. Just be careful because some folks are just ASD and being themselves. Yeah, I'm ableist because I'm saying Grimes is weird. There's a boomer who made Tumblr her personality in her younger years and now has no sense of self, so relies on the quirky content. She never says she's ASD or anything. I don't know why people fucking jump on the that kind of betrays the value of like doing I don't know, like any sort of like disability activism when your immediate rush is to be like, well, they're probably autistic. It's like that's no different than like a fucking Cumtown joke, okay? There's this like weird fucking take amongst people who immediately rush to be like, well, this person is being weird, so they're probably autistic. Well, okay. The irony there is like that's literally what like ableist people say as a joke.